So you've done it. You've graduated, you've tossed that cap in the air, and you've got your UK degree. First off, congratulations. But now you're probably facing the real challenge, figuring out the whole post-study visa situation. And let me tell you, with some major rule changes on the horizon, understanding your options right now has never been more important. So let's break it all down. Right? It's the big question on every international graduate's mind. You've got the qualification, but how do you turn that into a career here in the UK? The way forward can seem a little foggy, but it all starts with knowing what paths are actually available to you. The best way to think about the UK's visa system is like a complicated maze. There are a bunch of different paths, different turns, and different destinations. So think of this as your map. We're going to chart the main routes, point out the new roadblocks, and give you the strategy you need to make it through to the other side. Okay, so for most people, this is the starting line. The graduate visa is by far the most popular and flexible place to begin. It's really designed to be that perfect bridge between finishing your studies and launching your professional career. Now, here's what makes this particular visa so great. It really puts you in the driver's seat. You don't need a job offer lined up before you apply, and you're not shackled to a single company. It's basically your ticket to explore the UK job market on your own terms for a couple of years. And that flexibility, it's a massive advantage. For you, it means you can work pretty much anywhere you want. You could even start your own business. And for employers, honestly, it's a dream. They get to hire amazing international talent without all the paperwork and extra costs of sponsorship. It is a genuine win-win situation. But, and this is a big but, here's where things get a little urgent. That flexible open road we just talked about, well, it's about to get a whole lot shorter. And if you're a student right now or you're planning to be, you really need to listen up. It's as simple as that. The window of opportunity you have is shrinking, and that has some pretty serious implications for how you plan your career. And you can see it right here. If you apply for the visa by the end of 2026, you get the full 2 years, a whole 24 months. But if you apply on or after January 1st, 2027, that's cut down to just 18 months. That date, December 31st, 2026, should be circled in red on your calendar. So what does that actually mean? It means you're losing 25% of your time. A whole quarter of your window is just gone. That's 6 fewer months to get that crucial UK work experience, to impress a company, and to lock in that sponsored job you need for the long run. The pressure is definitely on. So who exactly does this affect? Well, if you're starting a one-year master's in the autumn of 2026, this is going to hit you directly. Same goes for undergrads starting their degrees that year. Basically, if you're applying after that 2027 cutoff, this is you. The one bit of good news here, if you're a PhD graduate, you can breathe easy. Your 3-year visa is safe. That isn't changing. All right, so if the graduate visa is just a temporary bridge, what's the final destination? For most people who want to build a lasting career here, the end game is the skilled worker visa. This is the main, traditional route for long-term sponsored work. The magic word here is sponsorship. That's the huge difference. Unlike the graduate visa where you're on your own, for this one, you absolutely need an approved employer to back you with a specific job offer. Yeah, it's a lot less flexible, but it's the tried and true path to eventually settling in the UK for good. This little chart lays it all out pretty clearly. You can see the graduate visa over on the left, total freedom up front, no sponsorship, no job offer needed. Then you have the skilled worker visa, which is kind of the opposite. It needs both, but it's your path to settlement. And then you got this other one, the global talent visa, which is kind of the best of both worlds, but it's only for a very select few. And that brings us to these more specialized routes. If you happen to be a recognized leader in your fields, or you've got a truly game-changing business idea, the UK actually has a couple of really powerful, non-traditional options for you. First up is the Global Talent Visa. This one is for people who are, at the absolute top of their game or have the clear potential to get there. It's a really prestigious route that gives you incredible freedom, a lot like the graduate visa, but this one is a direct path to settlement. So how do you get it? Well, it's a 2-step dance. First, you have to get an official endorsement from a big, recognized body in your field, like the Royal Academy of Engineering, for example. Or, and this is the fun part, if you happen to have, say, a Nobel Prize or an Oscar sitting on your shelf, you get to skip that whole endorsement step and apply directly. Pretty neat. Now, what about the entrepreneurs out there? If your dream isn't just to work for someone else, but to build something from the ground up, the Innovator Founder Visa is designed specifically for you. It's all about bringing fresh, high-growth business ideas into the UK market. And just like the global talent route, you're going to need an endorsement for this one too. Your business idea is going to be judged on 3 key things. Is it new and different? Is it actually workable? And can it grow? You've got to prove to an official endorsing body that the answer to all 3 of those is a big, confident yes. Okay, deep breath. We have covered a lot of ground. We've talked about the flexible start, the long-term goal, and the specialist paths for the high flyers. So let's pull all this together and boil it down into a clear strategy so you know exactly what your next move should be. So for all you students, here's the bottom line. That December 2026 deadline is everything. If you can possibly get your application in before then, do it. Lock in those full 2 years. If you can't, you need a whole new game plan. You have to be super organized and probably start your serious job hunt before you even finish your degree. Always remember, the graduate visa is a bridge, not a final destination. And for any employers listening, the message is just as clear. The graduate visa is an amazing, low-risk way to bring international talent on board. It's like a try before you buy. But with this shorter time frame, you have to be ready to sponsor the graduates you really want to keep. And if you don't already have a sponsor license, well, now is the time to start that process. And really, that's what it all comes down to. The landscape is changing. With 6 fewer months to prove yourself and find your footing, the pressure is on. It demands a smarter strategy, and it demands you start planning earlier. So the question I'll leave you with is this: how are you going to adapt your plan to succeed in this new reality?